I messed it all up already.
Yeah. Let's go.
But we are live.
We are.
Go ahead,
Are
CJ.
we live?
Yeah.
We're live. Hello, everybody.
Hooray.
We made it. We are here for Tabletop Bob, Episode 0, The Light of Xerxes, Spelljammer. Hello, everybody. I'm here with my wonderful group. I am CJ. I am your Tabletop Bob for tonight. This evening, this campaign of Spelljammer's The Light of Xerxes. With me, I have my wonderful party of adventurers.
Almost
Stefano,
adventurers.
And Andrew and Estelle and Tabletop Bob himself is here because it wouldn't be on the channel if it wasn't for him. So hi everybody. Welcome to Spelljammer.
I'm so excited.
Oh,
Excited?
boy.
So excited.
So we are here for our session 0. We are going to be developing and creating our characters for tonight. I know some of you have some ideas. Some of you actually already have names for your characters, which is exciting.
CJ,
But
can
you
I just say
don't have-
one? Can I just say
Oh,
one thing
yes.
here? I told everyone to not make their characters, and Andrew, I think I told last, and Andrew, I think, has the most developed character of all of us.
It just came to me
In a
This is
dream?
all
When?
just now.
He
Yeah,
took it.
in the 10 minutes you've been
It was
on
a vision. I had a vision.
He just like blinked and was asleep. So we're gonna start by, I guess, let's introduce everybody, where we've seen everybody, and give us a little bit about yourselves, I guess. And Bob, why don't we start with you? You can tell us what's coming up on the channel, and what, and I don't know, just tell us what's coming up on the channel and tell us about yourself.
All right, perfect. My name is Bob. I am the Tabletop Bob. This is my channel for Dungeons & Dragons live play. I do a lot of other things on the channel too, some videos. I do some DM guides, although
Descent into
Been
Avernus
been
episode,
so yeah,
DM prep guide coming.
been so focused on these campaigns though, because we have so many campaigns here on the channel right now. At this very moment, we've got Wild Beyond the Witchlight, which is on Tuesdays. Spelljammer is the new one tonight, which is on Wednesdays. Every other Wednesday. And then I have Keep on the Borderlands, which is every other Thursday. That's picking back up tomorrow. And then I've got Supernatural 20, my monthly horror campaign. That's a one-shot campaign where we sample community adventures. And then we've got, of course, we're in the middle of Radiant Citadel. So there's a lot of 5e content on the channel right now, so make sure you're a part of it. You can hit that subscribe button, the bell to get notified when we go live with a new video. And I do have another thing that I'm going to be putting into the chat here. I kind of posted about it yesterday, but a friend of the channel, Esper the Bard, he's got a Kickstarter that he started a couple days ago. It's for funding for his new project called the Labyrinthine Gardens. If you don't know Esper the Bard, oh man, you should check out his channel because he's got a wealth of D&D 5e content. He actually did a Kickstarter last year, and I have it on my little shelf here. This is Esper's Emporium of Esoterica. It was his first Kickstarter, and he's on to the second one. The second one is more of an adventure module based on the interactive YouTube series that he put out called The Trials of the Neophyte. It's basically it's like a narrated story that he's kind of playing the DM and the player, but leaving certain options and rolls to luck, but some options up for viewers, people commenting on YouTube, people on his Patreon, and he just finished the season 1. The Kickstarter gives you a 5e conversion of that, and I'm going to post a link in the chat right now for the Kickstarter and into the description of this video. So if you want to check out his work, I highly recommend it. I've already backed it. You should definitely at least check it out. And that's all I've got for you, CJ.
Great. Thank you so much for all of those updates. Definitely want to check out the September 9th episode of Radiant Citadel, because 3 of the 4 players that are in that are here tonight.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll ignore those people and go straight to Estelle. Estelle, tell us about yourself and what you do and where we can see more of you and on the channel or elsewhere.
Hi, I'm Estelle. But if you follow me on Twitch, I'm known as Breakfast King. Like playing video games on there and playing, whatever pops up really. And sometimes I do art, so check that out. Sometimes I stream me drawing on there too. So
Estelle
and
was
it's
part of the
fantastic
Shrine of
art.
Tomoa-chan party here on Tabletop Bob, and she did an incredible art piece for that campaign. So I am excited to see what she does with this.
No pressure,
Uh,
Estelle, but
no pressure. But
just
I'm
commissioned you.
sure even if you do nothing, you're just participating in this will be fantastic. I know it. Moving on, let's go over to my good friend Stefano over there.
Hey guys, I'm happy to be back on the channel. I'm probably most well known on the channel as Julius Valerian, the Blade Singer, probably most loved on the channel as Flair the Bard, and most recently seen as Clapperclaw the Scarecrow in Witchlight. I'm excited to be back on I guess a somewhat regular schedule every other Wednesday. Yeah, playing in a new campaign. Very excited.
Sci-fi fantasy, your favorite. Well, it's the thing you like the least about Rime of the
Icewind
Frost
Dale.
Maiden.
Right.
Yes. But now this is all sci-fi fantasy. It's not. We're not just gonna suddenly show up with a spaceship. You're just there's gonna be there's spaceships now.
I wonder if
Right,
your
we're not-
character will
we're-
die.
We're not just going to land into a castle. Yeah. Maybe most deaths on the channel too.
You are Christian.
I've died 3 times, I think.
I hope
That's
we're going to
close.
have some deaths.
Yes. And speaking of deaths, let's go over to Andrew. Tell us about yourself. Tell us about where we
okay.
can see you on the channel.
Well, I'm Andrew. I've played a bunch on the channel. Icewind Dale was the longest one, 18 months of Icewind Dale episodes there to catch up on if you haven't already seen them. I played a cleric in that. After playing one of the Everard of the Ard family, I played a bunch of Ard characters in a number of one-shots. There's a lot of cousins and brothers and whatever. So yeah, I'm excited to be in this campaign and have some fun in space.
All right, great. So let's go, and we're gonna need to start rolling up your characters. We're gonna do the standard 46 drop lowest, and let's see if we can transfer over to a different screen. I think is that how we're gonna do it, or
Yeah.
And
can do that.
does anyone want to volunteer to go first for rolling their characters?
I'll do
Don't
it.
everyone? Oh, okay, Stefano.
Yeah, I'm
You
new
want
to
some
D&D
music, CJ?
Beyond.
CJ, you want some music?
Sure.
Some space music?
Some space music. Speaking of space music, I don't know if you guys know about this. I'll tell you this. Wizards of the Coast, when they released this book, they also released a companion album. I don't know if you guys know about this.
I did not know about this.
A musical album with
there's a-
musical offerings.
Musical offerings known as Spelljams.
Nice.
It is available on Spotify and Apple Music, and it's definitely available on Apple Music because that's where I got it. I'm pretty sure it's on Spotify and wherever they sell CDs, probably, if this still exists.
Is this world the same as the world where Space Jam was?
The first one or the second one? Because
I
you
only
might meet
saw
some
the I only saw the first one.
Okay, because you might meet some monstars in this one.
I'm excited.
Oh no,
Basketball
no,
minigame.
It's just regular monsters. Sorry.
All right.
I
You
can
ready for
confirm
me?
it is on
I'm ready.
Spotify.
Let's roll your
So, real
your
quick,
character. So
So how are we doing?
the
Are we
roll.
doing this?
I got the
in
roll
roll
20
20?
screen up for you.
Right.
I'm gonna show the whole thing, right? So when you roll, make sure you're rolling in roll 20. But we are using D&D Beyond for the character, so I can toggle between, once we get going, and maybe CJ, while the people after we see these first rolls, tell us a little about the setting so that the viewers get an idea of what we're making characters for.
yeah, I'll tell you guys a little bit about the adventures we go on.
So
We'll start with
Stefano first.
Yep.
Stefano volunteered first.
All right. I think I got the command correct. Starting with a 12.
That's
Okay.
solid. Wait, that's not a 12.
Yeah, it is. It took away the 1.
Oh, you did the command right. Look at you.
Oh, look at you! You're so fancy.
we got a 12 for strength.
Oh wait, are we rolling in order?
No, we're not rolling in order. I just
Do we get-
that.
Are we going to do
I only
rerolls
said
or
that
is
to
it
throw
just
you off.
one go?
I think we're gonna go with one go.
Next we
One
got
go.
a 10,
Go.
One go. Okay. 10 dexterity.
14,
It's hot
14
right here.
con. That's a good con.
another 10,
All right.
This is solid.
12, and one more. 11.
All right. Nothing below a 10. That's a,
Cool.
You
that's a
basically
solid roll.
rolled an Olympic athlete, though.
Nothing
This is
that
great
good,
stats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing below a 10.
though. Nothing
Yeah,
above 14.
Nothing above 14, but still nothing below 10. Nothing below 10. You know, standard rate of you'd at least have had an 8 in there somewhere, so you're
Yeah,
you're
that's
already
true.
ahead of the curve without any negative modifiers.
So
that's
there's no
great.
rerolls.
No rerolls.
No
Wow, I
rerolls.
like that.
I think first out of the gate. Maybe
Andrew missed our pre-session that we had, but it was we were saying we're not really doing many like house rules or anything like that. We're just gonna do the standard 4d6 drop the lowest, and we're gonna try to be a little hardcore with it. I mean, if you rolled abysmal, CJ might give you some leniency. He might give you let you
some
reroll, but
leniency.
I don't know.
Maybe I'll throw you a magic item or two. You guys are starting at 5th level. This adventure is designed to be starting at 5th level, so it is also sort of meant to be a pickup after doing one of the kind of introductory adventures, like Lost Mines of Phandelver from the basic rules, not basic, the starter kit, or maybe like Dragon of Ice Spire, Icewind Peak, Dragon of something, which I think also drops you off at like 5th level. So any of those like adventures that would get you up to 5th level, this is kind of meant to pick you up after. So, and I believe there's some magic items that characters would find in there. So maybe I'll be a generous god and hand you some magic items. But for this initial roll, we'll go with what we got. And yeah, again, you are 5th level, so you do get your regular ASIs from your starting character, and you will have one at 4th level. So you really have like a +4 in one of your stats if you wanted to really play it up. So who wants to roll next?
I guess I will.
All right, Estelle.
Okay, let's see.
It's
Or
so
should I roll
exciting.
through D&D Beyond? Because I think I found the thing to do that. To just click roll.
if it'll roll in roll 20. If it doesn't roll in roll 20 though,
Right.
I say you re-roll it.
Okay. I'll click roll. If it goes through, if not, I'll just do it all on. Okay.
It's like
let's go.
it's like when you roll a dice in real life. If it doesn't land on the table, you got to re-roll it.
I don't think it went through at all.
What was it?
14.
Oof.
Brutal.
That'd have been a good
Oh,
one.
do you have?
Oof.
Sorry, just to clarify, Estelle, do you have the Beyond 20 plugin installed on your browser?
It might be on my other computer.
Then that's
okay.
why.
That might be
might
what
be
it
why.
is. Okay.
It's all good.
It's all... Okay. Okay, so I hope this is the right command.
Stefano posted it, I think, in the. There you go.
Whoa!
There you go. 15. Look at you.
Did it roll like?
And then everything else is an 8 or 7.
Oh man,
All you need is one good one, really.
that's solid.
Okay.
That's
Okay,
amazing.
It's a way
And
to
the other
start.
one was a 4. Look at that. Even the one you got rid of was good.
Oh my
14.
Oh my god!
All right.
14.
You're sorted now.
Oh my
Oh!
god.
Whoa!
This is just setting me up for failure. This is.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Estelle.
Wow!
All right.
How is this
15,
possible?
14, 15, 13. My god. Oh my god.
Oh man.
This is a
Another
monster.
15.
Oh my god.
You're a monster. And a 9.
There we go.
There we
Oh,
go.
there you go. There's your dump stat.
Doesn't
I
matter.
was getting nervous there.
And 3 15s.
My goodness. I gotta write this down.
3 15s, 14. So 4 opportunities for a +2 straight off the bat. And then a 13.
That's amazing.
Andrew?
I am the protagonist.
As this really quick, I know you did have some concepts. Everyone has a little bit of an idea of what they wanted to play. Do these stats at all change your ideas of what you might have wanted to play?
Nah.
Not necessarily.
Okay. All right. Good.
I mean-
good.
I needed I was hoping for 2 good stats. I only really got 1,
I'm sorry, I stole all the good stats.
but that's okay. I have a plan.
Okay.
Actually,
Yeah, her
I
first-
think I'm leaning towards 1 now.
Ooh.
Your first 5 did not have all had at least 1 6 in the mix there. It's a great set
Yeah.
of rolls. Okay. Moving on, Andrew. You want to roll next?
Okay, everyone ready? I think this is the command. 3, 2, 1. 14!
It's a great
Alright.
start.
Okay, that's good. I'm happy. 13!
Wow.
Well, I feel like this is too good. Let's see. 13! Great. I think it'll be an all-rounder. 12?
13
That's
again.
good.
That's good.
I think, Stefano, did you type the cheat command in, or?
11 on the last
Oh,
one. Come
it's
on.
the same command that I used.
We're going for the 18. Everyone ready for the 18?
Yes.
14. That's good.
Damn.
Those are great
14,
stats.
14, 13, 13, 12, 11.
Those
That's good.
are
That's one
great
solid.
stats.
5, 11, 14.
That's one solid 16 once I get in like a +2 from something.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I have to roll poorly now, right? I mean, there's no way it could stay this good.
Right? I reckon. Do you reckon the command is rigged? Like if you put the command in, it thinks, you're doing ability stats, and it's a little bit generous to you.
No.
Perhaps you should try just rolling 4 dice and doing it manually.
That last one you got was 2 6s. You almost got you really did almost get your 18 there. If one of those 2 was another 6.
Now I feel disappointed.
You're welcome. It's my job as a DM to really make you feel as best you can.
Disappointed as possible.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right.
Can we just stop the stream here?
We'll just show back up and Bob's. What? You have 6 18s? That's so weird.
All right, ready?
Bob's gonna get 3 18s and 3 6s. It's gonna be great.
I don't know. You guys
3
sucked all the
threes.
good luck. Here we
He's gonna
go.
Roll 4 1s on it. Read it.
First one. Here we go. A 12.
Fine.
12.
Solid.
About average.
That is solid. I'll accept that.
Respectable.
Respectable. Second one. Mm.
11.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
That's all right.
11.
Better than
I saw-
average.
I saw the 2 2s and I was getting very worried. Number 3 coming in.
Oh, 6. Looks like. What's that going in?
12, 11, 6.
Maybe charisma.
11.
There you go.
14.
There
That's
we
what-
go.
You just need one good one.
So I've got 12, 11, 6, 11, 14, and 10.
And a 10.
Oof, brutal. Okay.
Yeah.
This is Bob's channel. So, Bob, if you want to re-roll,
No. I'm sticking with it.
I
That's
want
pretty
to stay in the DM's chair. So, Bob, whatever you want to do. But yeah, this is great, you guys. So why don't you guys go and start kind of building your characters, and I'll tell you guys a little bit about the adventure. While you guys do that, you guys are going to be going through and I guess picking out your stuff. So for those of you who are new to Spelljammer, Spelljammer is adventures in space. I believe that's what it says right on the cover, right? Yes. Spelljammer, adventures in space. So this is D&D's kind of try at sci-fying up their adventures and bringing more worlds and more places to explore into the adventures of D&D. So everyone knows about, you know, Forgotten Realms and the where the Sword Coast and Waterdeep and Baldur's Gate, and then the earlier Dungeons and Dragons took place in a land called Greyhawk, which is a different planet completely, and there are adventures on Eberron. Hi, kitten. Look, kitten's here. Hi, kitten. Hi. I need you to go. You can't be here right now. I'm busy. He's so sweet. So we know about Eberron. There were the worlds in the world of Eberron. All right, you're gonna want to be on stream. That's fine. So we have, and all of those different worlds that exist outside of D&D. What if you could travel between those worlds? And this is kind of the D&D's take on being able to travel between worlds and experience new space places, and what it is to do space travel between different worlds. Like, what if you could go from, you know, Dragonlance, which is another one I did not mention, but from Dragonlance to Greyhawk to the Forgotten Realms, and that's kind of what this is about. I'm sorry, this cat is just a little distracting right now. And that's kind of what this adventure is you're going to be traveling through what is known as the Astral Sea, which is part of the astral plane and is the main way of encountering new and exciting worlds and creatures. And the Astral Sea has all sorts of fun creatures to experience. It's very much like an ocean that's full of life and other ships that are going to be out there for you to meet. Wonderful new races of characters. Some of them are in the Astral Adventurers Guide, which is sort of a player's guide to some of the Spelljammer setting. One of the places that they mention is a place called the Rock of Brawl, which is the big sort of a big port city, a big an asteroid that's out in the Astral Sea. That's a city of similar to Waterdeep. It's a trading port. It's got its own politics and different areas. So that's going to be an exciting place to visit. And
Question.
All sorts of... Yes.
I remember before we were gathered just to kind of talk about the basics of the game, you said something like there was a starting point that might differ. Is the Rock of Brawl like a central hub? Is that a place where we will be?
That is not where you will be.
Oh, okay.
That is not where you will start.
Gotcha.
That is not where this adventure starts. So we can talk, I think, in this session 0, a little bit about your character's party, how you guys are a group how you guys formed? Does anyone have any ideas on that, or do you guys need to know a little bit more about your characters before you kind of decide that?
Yeah, definitely think we should talk about our characters. I don't know
Yeah.
you all.
Right. So
Yeah.
like, because I mean, like we've had or been in campaigns. Like we started with Icewind Dale, where Stefanu, Andrew, and my characters all knew each other so well that we were the three musketeers, and we did not want to ever break up that trio that we were. So we could never have thought what it would be like to have a 4-person group, and then that just all went to hell really quick.
Yeah, two of
So-
the originals didn't last.
2 of the originals didn't last, and we ended up with a 4th somehow. Actually, we ended up with a 5th, really.
Yeah.
With,
Right, yeah, Luke.
with Luke. But yeah, do you guys have you guys been looking at how far are you guys with your characters, and how much
I'm-
more do I need to fill time?
Well,
Well,
I'm super undecisive about
my God.
class. So do
What do you
people want
like?
to talk about what class they're thinking? Maybe that'll help me.
Sure.
I am gunning for sorcerer.
Ah,
So I do believe that I'm going to go with the artificer.
And with my incredible stats, I've decided to go with a class that requires a lot of ability scores, Paladin.
Wow.
Excellent.
I think it actually works really well into the concept that I had, so
Cool.
that he's like kind of just terrible. So it'll work.
I love it. A character that's just terrible.
It's gonna work.
And Andrew, what so we got a paladin, we got a sorcerer, we got an artificer, and Andrew.
so I was thinking Bard, and I did some research because I'd never played Bard, and I found that Bard mainly helps the other characters. So it didn't really appeal. But I think it would be fun.
It would be
Um,
fun. Bards are great.
I was also thinking maybe Rogue, but I want to play the Astral Elf, so I don't think that ties in well with a non-magical character.
Oh, you do want to go Astral Elf.
Yeah, I think it's so cool to be
I don't
like
think
a
there's any
space
reason-
elf.
I don't see any reason why you can't be the astral elf and a rogue. No.
Mhm.
I was also thinking sorcerer, but if we already had a sorcerer, that doesn't really make sense.
If you played an arcane trickster, astral elf might work.
Yes.
Oh,
It's like a magic-y
That's the
rogue.
magic road.
I mean, I think
That's-
Soul Knife is the psychic one if you want to lean towards that.
Oh yeah.
You got a lot of
well-
options here, Andrew.
Yeah, you got a lot of options.
oh,
I have a pretty clear idea of my character. If,
Okay. You want to tell us
you don't
about your
wanna talk about
character?
it?
Yeah, let's talk about your
Okay.
characters.
So I'm going to be playing an artificer. It's going to be an armorer artificer, and I'm going to choose the race from Spelljammer, which is the auto gnome. So I'll be a little
Yes.
robotic gnome inside of a robotic piece of armor.
Nice. You'll be a robot inside of a robot. You'll be. Oh, are you gonna be like a? You're gonna be like a mech, like a mecha,
Yeah, I'll be like a
Anime.
Gundam.
like a Gundam, but
I'm
like
a
a
Gundam.
robot.
And I think his name's going to be Percy.
Okay.
I was trying to figure out like one of those things where it's like, P-3RC7 or something.
Yeah,
It
like-
kind of
like-
spells Percy.
That's like my character Kevin, K3EV, K3
EV1N. Yeah.
Now I did
Kevin.
have another idea, which was I was model number 1053-R, which spells loser.
Oh, do that. That's awesome.
Will everyone just call you 13 or 10?
Loser.
Or just call me loser? I think with the stats you get, I don't think you can be loser.
All right. Well,
Percy.
I can be Percy, but my model number can still be loser.
Yeah, that's your serial number.
Yeah.
That's the serial number of your outer armor.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could call my armor loser,
There
or everyone calls my armor loser.
you go. Estelle, do you have anything, or Bob? We got any? So you're gonna look. Do you want to tell us about your sorcerer? Is there anything you can tell us about your sorcerer?
I'm thinking of naming her Anella,
Okay.
and I kind of like the idea of a bit of a runaway noble.
Okay, that's fun. Runaway noble. Did you choose a race? Do you have a
Human.
race? Human.
Human.
Okay, very cool. Very cool. Humans are great. Variant human or standard human? You're just gonna get the +1 to everything.
Variant human.
Of course.
Okay. Of course, everyone goes
The
variant
superior one.
human. So yeah, so I don't. So Estelle and Andrew and Bob all participated in my in the Hidden Shrine of Tomoa-chan. So one of the fun things that I did for many of the episodes of that after like the first couple was character introductions at the beginning of each of the sessions. So you don't have to think too much about your character's background right now. I'll be pulling all of that stuff out of your characters at the beginning of each session in fun and exciting new ways. So don't just having a basic idea of like, I think Runaway Noble is great. Being an auto gnome with a serial number of loser is going to be fun and ways to play with that. Andrew, if your character wants to be, an unrequited lover of their
I've decided
sister.
I'm going to be a bard.
What?
What?
I am Zigard Dalewind.
Is he an Ard?
No, he has no knowledge of them. But he's
not-
cool, like an icy wind blown across a forgotten dale.
Wait, say his name?
Zigard.
Zigard.
Zigard. Oh god.
Fantastic. All right, Zigard the Bard. Is that wait?
Zigard plays guitar.
Ziggy Stardust.
Is man, oh, there's so many good ones in there.
It's all mixed up.
Zigard the Bard.
Yeah, so he's going to
And-
be a bard.
And finally, let's see. Bob, tell us a little bit about your character because we know you told us about your idea. You had a little bit of a concept already in mind because you have a favorite
Well,
player race.
you see, CJ, I was away for 2 weeks, last 2 weeks, right? And so when we planned to start this thing, as soon as the book came out, I was away on vacation. I had like 2 weeks of not preparing for things, not being on the computer, I could just relax and, actually read something for joy, I guess. So I picked up the book and I started reading, and I saw that there was a race in here. It's really right up my alley. It's the plasmoid. And we all know how much I love oozes. And the idea that I could play a ooze race just made me so warm and gooey inside. So I decided I'm going to go with plasmoid. I don't know what, but as I started thinking over the course of the last couple weeks, I was like, you know what? I have this idea. I think I want to be a paladin that's a plasmoid. And the idea is that he's basically an ooze that fell in love with humanity. And the ooze, I guess he has like an amoeba-like culture. At least his plasmoid clan, group, whatever there's really very little background to it in the book, but so I just kind of made it my own. But I thought is that during like when he was a child, just a tiny little puddle, he saw his own kind be like brutal and savage to a group of humans, and he was enamored by their lifestyle, how they lived everything, and maybe even found like a book of like fairy tales and saw like knights in shining armor and wanted to be like a human. So he spends a lot of time every day reshaping his body to be more as human like as possible. Because in the book they take like this like kind of basic humanoid shape, but I'm saying he like spends an extra hour during his rest to like perfect a nose, a mouth, tries to get as close to that as possible. Kind of like in a Hellboy style where he saws off his horns. He wants to like try to be human. And I think the arc will be something along the lines of him trying to accept himself rather than what he wants to be. So that was my general principle here. But I rolled so terrible. So I was like, man, can I actually be a paladin? The answer is I think yes. I'm just going to be a bad paladin. I set my stats. I don't know how deep you want to get into abilities here, but I set my abilities here. I'm going to put my 14 in strength. I'm going to go 10 in dexterity, constitution 11, intelligence 6, wisdom 11, and charisma 12. And I'm going to use my ability score increases for charisma to make that 14, and constitution, the 1 bump, to make it 12. So I've got some things cooking here.
Okay. But again, at 4th level, you get that extra 2. Or a
Except
feat.
I'm going to take the mounted combatant feat.
Ah.
But that's okay, because the mountain combatant, I mentioned this to you when we were chatting beforehand, but if you're cool with mounted combat, he might have read like a book, something similar to like King Arthur or something like that, and wants to be like a Lancelot type character. So he might, have a warhorse that he summons and drives, rides on this warhorse, and if I mount is larger than somebody, I get advantage on the roll. So I think my lack of ability scores might be made up for some of these, the choices like the feat and the spells that I can cast. So I think I should be okay.
Yeah, and you can definitely get away with a lower dexterity and some heavy armor.
Yes,
So that's
and I don't think
definitely,
intelligence is necessary at all for him, especially if he's coming from sort of like this, amoeba-like race where they're definitely more worried about devouring other people.
Yes. Excellent.
Or at least that's my thought.
Very cool. Very fun. Yeah, so you guys are, and so going back to what we were saying earlier about how your party kind of knows each other, you having been in love with humanity, and Estelle sounds like Stefano. You're an auto gnome, and then Andrew, did we say what your race was?
I'm an astral elf.
Astral elf.
I'm exceedingly old and somewhat bored with life, so I
They're
could have met
immortal,
them at any time.
basically. Right?
Basically.
So, Bobby, do you think your character will have a pre-existing relationship with Estelle's character, being that they are going to be the only human in the group? And Estelle,
Yeah.
are you okay with Bob's character having an already established relationship with your character? Would your two characters, do you think? Because the runaway noble, the ooze that wants to be human, the noble, I've got it. The noble, your character is going to be female. Are you the noble princess that the knight in shining armor of Bob's character has sworn to protect?
He can think I'm a princess.
He might think that and not know any better. Yeah. He might. Yeah.
And Stefano can be the little the droid, the little R2D2
The little
that
engine
follows
that could.
around.
I would love to have been bought by someone.
I bought you. Can I buy?
Perfect.
I have a lot of money.
Perfect.
The hotshot
So-
gunslinger who flies around the galaxy in a spaceship is a bard, rogue, whatever.
Is the
Yeah.
bard
And his robot Percy
and his robot Percy.
with loser armor.
Oh, this
We
is
have
coming together
ourselves.
here.
This is coming together.
This is coming together.
And so, what would then the relationship be between? I'm sorry, Andrew. What's your character's name, by the way? Oh, we said Zigard.
Zigard Dalewind.
Right. So, what's the relationship between Zigard and? I'm sorry, aside. Your character's name again was
Anella.
Anella. So between Zigard, Anella, Bobby, does your character have a name?
No name yet.
That's-
I don't have it. I need to think on this one a little longer.
Is it pronounceable by human ears or human mouths?
It might not be. So
We just
He might
scream
need
into the
nickname.
microphone every time we try to address you.
Just make some weird sounds. Everyone
can't do the
covers their
sounds.
ears.
Yeah.
Everyone covers their ears whenever he says his name.
they can speak though. Plasmoids can speak. They can shape their jelly to basically to make like vocal cords. So I can speak.
It's lovely.
So, again, what is the... So we have the knight in shining armor with his noble princess that he has sworn to protect. The astral elf who is old and bored with life, and his purchased robot companion. And how did those two kind of groups...
Perhaps we could have met in a bar and you could have wanted passage on our ship somewhere.
Do you
Yeah.
have a ship? Do we have ships?
Do we have a
You,
ship?
you do not have a ship.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
You do not have a ship.
Scratch that.
Andrew's like, yeah, I got a ship. You can come on.
I got a ship. Got a casino. All sorted out.
You do not have ships. I will say you are aware of spell jamming. So spell jamming, again, going back to kind of the setting, spell jamming is like the verb of traversing the astral sea and the realm spaces and all of that. To spell jam, you need a spell jamming ship. And these ships come in various different configurations. They're all over the Astral Adventurer's Guide. Everything from these like giant galleon ships that look like old, wooden galleons traversing space to like little insect-shaped ships with wings that fly through the astral sea that are almost practically single pilot fighter craft. Maybe they have like maybe a little bit larger crews, like 3 or 4. But there are all sorts of ships that are out in the astral sea. You guys know about, because you guys are all from the Adventurer's Guide. I'll say that you guys all know about spell jamming and about traversing the astral sea. You don't have a ship of your own. You're only 5th level adventurers. And the other thing is that a spell jamming ship is piloted by a spell jammer, who is any caster, any spell casting class has the ability to be a spell jammer by attuning to what is known as a spell jamming helm, which is a specific artifact or creation on the spell jamming ships that allows you to pilot them. And you can attach a spell jamming helm to basically any vehicle to allow it to traverse the astral sea. That's kind of the gist of how you'll travel through the astral sea at the beginning of the campaign. Questions?
Would it be possible if we were in 2 groups of 2 and we met each other at the beginning, or should we all know each other at the start?
It's possible you're in 2 groups of 2. If you guys would like. Yeah, that should work. Should be fine.
That's a good idea.
You could each be the 2 musketeers and want nothing to do with anyone and never want to ever meet anyone because because each of your 2 groups get along so well.
We could have met for a variety of other reasons too, not like necessarily like our backgrounds aligned, just like we need work. We do work together, We're like adventurers. We just met through some sort of
Mercenary
mutual
group.
friend.
Pretty much you'll find. Okay.
But
Again,
but we can determine that too. We don't have to
Yeah.
decide it right now.
And again, that can also I can pull that stuff out of you during our player introductions during each session as we run through this adventure. So we are going to not really have I don't know. I totally didn't know where I was going with that.
It's tough being
I
on the
can-
DM chair, huh? So
It's tough doing the session 0 because I want to tell you, like, I want to do a lot of stuff, but I also don't want to like tell you guys too much stuff. So, yeah. What else can I tell you about the?
Can you tell us where
adventure?
we do start?
You guys will start in a port city. That's what I can tell. That's what it'll be. It'll be a. You will have started, like, again, this is kind of stuff that I would tell you at the beginning of session 1, where you are, what's going on. I just kind of wanted to establish the early relationship of how you guys know each other, so it's not like awkward with like, well, I would never be around this one, or I would never be, there. There's no reason for like my astral
Okay.
elf to be near the
Bob's character.
Bob's character, yeah, the
Well,
plasmoid.
Yeah. Well,
But because
not
you guys,
I'm not
Go.
looking for work. I'll tell you that if that was one of the like I'm an astral elf, I can't imagine they do any work.
Does Zigard like to drink?
He does. He likes to drink, play guitar.
Okay, I am now proficient with brewer's supplies.
nice.
You play guitar?
Yeah.
That's why.
Well, the lute, but guitar.
Yeah,
You can make a
Ziggy
guitar.
I think he should play electric guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ziggy
Okay.
plays guitar.
Does anybody
Yeah.
need light?
Can
I'm human.
I actually don't think an auto gnome has dark vision.
Really?
Yeah, it seemed a little strange.
Well, I guess you gotta have like foresight when building it, and be like, ah, yes, night vision for the robot. It's like,
Guys, do you know that barding for a horse costs 4 times the amount the armor costs for a human or a humanoid?
yes,
Oh, there's more material.
I did know that.
Yeah,
yeah, there's more horse than a person.
that's
You
annoying.
have that astral steed or spectral steed. Isn't that like a second level spell?
It's a paladin spell called Fine Steed.
Fine steed.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna summon a horse, a war horse. I was thinking more about this. Maybe when his plasmoid clan ambushed that human settlement, they had like some sort of like a donkey or a mule or something on the farm, and he like grew real attached to that animal. Maybe even took it. Ooh, and then his like parents slaughtered it in front of him. Old
Whoa.
Bessie.
That's brutal.
What's the name of a good donkey? That's what I need.
Donkey.
Donkey.
Donkey. Donkey. Shrek.
Ophus.
I was thinking
Smeeg.
Smeeg,
Derek the donkey.
Dominic.
Spittoon.
Spittoon.
Dominic the donkey.
Let's see.
Actually,
Look
yeah,
this
chat.
Okay.
Yeah,
Chat.
Chat,
some
we need donkey names.
donkey names.
We got 2
Some
weeks
donkey.
before he names the donkey.
Leave a
It'll be
comment
my-
below.
War horse, of course, but yes.
Andrew,
Right.
one of the things that I want to let you know is that artificers get to have 2 infusions going kind of at all times.
Right.
And I will probably give you one of the infusions, which is Enhanced Arcane Focus. So that'll give you a +1 bonus to spell attack rolls.
Oh, that's good. Oh no. I'm not sure the bard gets in. Does he get any attack spells?
You
Yeah,
get
you get some cantrips.
vicious mockery.
Well, actually, if all of your rolls are saving throws, then maybe not.
Yeah. And also
I'll
the
take
law
it
bard.
if you got it.
Actually, that's probably better for you, to be honest.
I have all the power. I have all the stats.
Oh yeah, you're you're like God.
And I think you need my protection.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, it's cute that he thinks he can protect me.
Is it okay if I flesh like some of the stuff out over the next 2 weeks? I pretty much have everything else done.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't know what background I want to pick yet. I don't really know. Honestly, the optimal background is that new one, which is what's it called? Wild something?
That's what I took. The Wild Spacer.
Wild Spacer. It's the best. It gives you get a feat. You get a free feat.
You get tough. Which
Can we all be Wild Spacers?
I desperately need that because my
You know what?
constitution...
We actually all know each other and have been spell jamming for years, and we're all Wild Spacers.
It's a good one.
You get 10 extra free hit points.
I might be banning this. Hold on.
Yeah, this seems like a bit over the top.
It's
all
good.
freedom.
It's good. It's good for me because I have a 12 constitution.
Actually, yeah. Andrew, you should be an Astral Drifter, and then you get the Magic Initiate feat, so you get to use some Cleric spells, too.
Trying to figure
actually
out
not
like
a
what
bad idea.
language.
Say that again. I didn't catch that. I should be a what?
An Astral Drifter.
What's that? Is
That's a new
like
background.
Get magic initiate.
And it says you are
Oh.
20d6 years older than you look.
Astral Drifter? That's me.
That's done.
Done.
That's
Sweet.
what I am.
You get a
That is
free-
Zigard.
You got a
Get a
free
free-
feat.
They just stuck a D&D 1 rules into this book.
They are. They're sneaking them in. This is the future,
This
CJ.
is the future.
It is the
This
future.
You get a feat with your background.
Yep.
You get it.
I mean, if you want to go with another, if you want to use if you want to go, all right, let me think about this. So we have done in the past, you get a free feat at level 1 with your character. So if your free feat is part of your background, that seems fine.
I get
So
2 feats then?
No.
Yes. No, Estelle's human.
Estelle would get 2 feats. You would get 2 feats at level 1.
Oh,
Oh, and I would get one?
So, yeah, if you guys are gonna, if you want, because that is kind of the direction that D&D is going with D&D 1.
are you sure?
Well-
I'm not, but I'm okay. I'll be okay with it.
I might take a
I
meme
would
feat
give you-
because I made myself proficient with cook's tools. So
Mhm.
I may take like the cooking feat.
Yeah. Not sure that Great Weapon Master is going to be on the list. I don't take Great Weapon Master at level 1. That's your level 1 feat. Or what's the other one that like people?
Sentinel.
Sentinel, Great Weapon.
Lucky?
Lucky's really good, and that's changing in the
really
new
good.
rules.
Ah.
Oh yeah.
That's going to be
Wow.
completely different. Yeah, the one that's in the playtest it changes it a lot.
Oh, I got to roll gold.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Stefano, you
How
gotta
much
roll
gold do we have, CJ?
Oh yeah.
It
How do
is 650 gold plus your starting equipment.
You mean?
Hmm?
What do you mean plus? You mean you get 650 plus what it says you start with for your class?
Yeah.
Oh, so we don't need to roll then, do we?
You don't if you want to take your starting equipment. Stefano is not taking starting equipment. He is going to roll 5d4.
Yes.
Oh, you
And
think you
take
could
that.
beat the average?
He wants 5d4 plus 10 and 600 plus
Times 10.
650.
5d4
fool.
times 10.
No,
You
5d4
fool.
times 10. Because he doesn't want any of his. He doesn't want 2 simple weapons and a crossbow.
I'm just going to be using my Thunder Gauntlets, and I'm going to buy myself Splint Armor as my casing.
Okay.
So I don't even know what I want to spend with the rest of my gold. So I guess we'll see what I get. We're hoping for 90. 90 is what I want at least. 3, 2, 1. Whoa! That's 150 gold.
150 gold. Wow. It's good rolls. You guys are getting good rolls. Let's hope this
Yeah,
trend
we're all
continues
getting
into
good rolls.
We're all getting good rolls.
Hope this trend continues into session 1.
It's TBK right off the bat.
Yeah, everyone's just gonna die, and then
We
we'll
didn't even
just
get
start
into
over.
battle. We just died for some reason.
We'll just do episode 1, like again.
We roll like a 1 for like spell jamming, and the ship just explodes.
That sounds terrible.
That's great.
So I think I've got my whole character pretty much done here.
I'm gonna need to look through the feats as to what to get.
So CJ, you're saying that if you're no matter what, everybody's getting a feat along with their background, right?
Yeah, you're getting it. So instead of getting, because the backgrounds in like the player's handbook they kind of give you a feat, but like they're like low level feats. So yeah, like a low level, like we'll give you a feat at first level.
Right. So everyone gets
That'll
a
be
feat
part
at
of your
first level.
background.
Right,
So if
part of
you
your
want to
background.
take, so if you want to take, what you wanted, mounted combatant, right?
Right.
You can take that at first level, and then you still get your 4th level ASI
Ability,
or feat. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're letting me take any feat.
Letting you take
Instead of tough.
Instead of tough, yeah.
Problem is, I
From
might need
yeah.
tough.
Yeah.
Okay.
As
Then I
part
could
of your background.
So I could get like an ability score improvement.
Yes.
Okay, I got to think about that then.
Okay.
I got to think about that. Ooh. Okay. Let me see.
Yeah, the adventure. So the adventure assumes that characters start at 5th level.
5th level's good.
Yeah.
5th level's good. I'll read you. So, I'll read you this. This is the adventure inspiration. I'll read some of this. So this is the adventure inspiration for this adventure, the Light of Xerxes, which is what came with the entire Spelljammer Adventures in Space set, which is this adventure, Light of Xerxes, the Astral Adventurer's Guide, which has all of the player options and some other additional player information and Dungeon Master information, and Boo's Astral Menagerie, which is a monster manual full of creatures from Spelljammer and the Astral Sea. And this adventure has a small blurb here about adventure inspiration, so kind of to set expectations of what this is. The Light of Xerxes is inspired by the 1980s film Flash Gordon and serialized Flash Gordon comic strips from the 1930s. The adventure's heroes, like Flash Gordon himself, must defeat otherworldly foes. Campy supporting characters, implausible situations, and over-the-top dialogue help push the story towards its inevitable conclusion. Absurd plot twists undercut the sense of urgency, keeping the heroes on their toes as they stumble from one cliffhanger to the next.
Stumble
I like
seems
it.
like the right word.
Stumble.
Flash Gordon the movie is such an amazing movie. I
Um,
must have watched it about 10 times.
Here are some things you can do to make Light of Xerxes feel like the pulpy sci-fi tales that inspired it. Watch the 1980s Flash Gordon film. It's not Shakespeare or Scorsese, but the dialogue is quotable and the costumes and sets are fantastic.
Gordon's alive?
He plays quarterback for the New York Jets, right?
Flash Gordon, quarterback, New York Jets.
There's some other stuff here that's more DM help, but yeah, that I think is the kind of what to expect out of the adventure. It's campy, sci-fi. It's going to be fun. Characters are going to be crazy and over the top. I'm going to try and do as best I can with that. Yeah.
I'm excited.
I'm excited for this. Is there anything else you guys want to discuss? No. Have questions about things you're unsure of?
Yeah,
What do you?
I have a
wanna
couple
know?
things.
Oh,
Okay.
I have one question.
okay.
Go ahead. I have a few, so go ahead.
Oh, well, okay. Will it be Are you a dangerous DM? I like a dangerous DM, where you never know if you're going to get slimed and killed.
I also like to live dangerously.
I think
I mean, obviously,
I can make it a little bit. I can make it dangerous.
maybe not psychotic.
Right.
But-
If you guys want to play, we can meat grinder. If you want, meat grinder is death saves only on 15 instead of 10.
Oh my god. That sounds terrible.
That's terrifying.
No,
Well,
thank you.
Think about it. It's actually not that bad because all you need is any healing, right? And you know,
That's true.
you know,
That was a mode I believe proposed by Joe Manganiello. He has it written. He has like a shirt that has it.
death saves.
But yeah,
It's
on
hardly
his-
ever
on
that
his death
someone
saves.
actually makes 3 death saves, no. Normally they
Yeah.
get healed before that.
Getting
Oh, how would you like to how'd you like to do hit points? Are we just gonna do what D&D Beyond gives us, which I think is the average, or do you want us to roll?
Do you guys want to roll your hit points? I mean,
I like
you
the
got
average.
up to level 5, so
I'd be fine with the average.
yes. The
Should we
average.
should we roll when we level up?
That's. I think it could be a personal thing. Like if you want to roll the dice and you feel lucky. I don't know. How do you feel about that, CJ? If people want to do it differently.
however, if you want to roll them, if you want to take your chances, I'm for it. I'm for however you guys want to experience your characters. So if you guys want, if someone wants to roll and someone wants to take the average, I'm okay with it. It really doesn't affect my job really all that much, I don't think. Other than trying to make the game more difficult for you if you roll higher.
You roll it then, and Stefano, if you want to do it.
I'll take the average.
I'm really tempted to roll just because I'm a spellcaster anyways. just to see how low I can go.
All that. Yeah, you could roll it. Actually, it's not as bad for you. Yeah, you're right.
I might just roll. I might roll for level ups and just keep what they gave me for level 5.
I am so excited right now to play this
So
game.
these were the meat grinder rules. So meat grinder mode, death saving throw succeeds on a 15 instead of a 10 or higher. A character playing in an adventure in meat grinder mode earns 10% more experience and gold. It's not really gold maybe. Experience not really gonna matter because of milestone leveling. The character can potentially receive more than an adventure's normal maximum reward. This option is available only under the effects of the death curse. Each player decides whether or not they wish to use it, and this decision only applies to their own individual characters. So you can choose to do that yourself.
Was
It's
that
not
last?
something I would force upon the whole group.
We
What was
do
the
have
last part?
3 potential healers on this party.
Who can heal? Who can heal?
I can heal.
Obviously me.
You can heal, and I'm pretty sure bards get healing spells.
Yeah.
As far as you get at least
You don't have to
healing
take
one.
them though. Zigar doesn't seem like much of a healing guy.
I'm not immediately aware that I could do that, but you're probably right.
I'm just here to cause trouble.
If we've got other healers now, I don't feel that I need to be.
We're gonna die.
Hey, what was that last part, CJ? You said that you wouldn't force us to do.
I wouldn't. It's not something I would. It's
What is it?
meat grinder mode.
No. The last part of it, though.
The DM can't make the decision for them.
Oh, you just. It was just.
I'm talking
it was
about-
just reiterating. Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah, I'm just reiterating that if you want to play by the meat grinder rules and get 10% extra gold rewards, it's up to your characters. You as a player make that decision. I don't enforce it on the whole group.
I'm down for playing hardcore something. You know, that's the way I like D&D, but that's me. I don't know.
That's again, it's if you want to play by meat grinder rules, that's only you.
Gotcha.
You would have
I
to.
see what
You
you're
would.
saying.
You would have to decide that you are only passing death saves on a 10 or on a 15.
15. Yeah.
It's
okay.
not something.
What about
that
you
I
two?
would- Don't.
What about you?
Don't feel peer pressured by Bob.
Estelle
Oh.
and Stefano, what do you think?
Of course I'll do it. I'm gonna die anyway.
Estelle, what do you think?
I want time to think.
Estelle's gonna be fine. She's got like a 20 in Constitution.
No, but
She's-
that's why she's like, I rolled these stats. I can't lose this character now.
It's all right. The robot and the goo are gonna become best friends. I mean, ooze.
Plasmoid.
You guys can get buried in the same grave.
Ooh.
Yeah.
TJ in the chat said that on the TV show Gunsmoke, there was a mule named Ruth, and Ruth was my grandmother's name, so I like that name. Very close to that name. Ruth might be an option.
Oh, TJ, I'm not being divine soul. I'm not healing anyone.
I just
That's
checked
true.
bards do get cure wounds, so I can heal if I choose.
I think they also
And
get
healing
healing word.
Yeah, I can take healing word as well. I'll probably take one of those. But I find when you've got paladins seem to be heal anyone all the time. It's like I
Well,
lay on hands.
Lay on hands, a point here.
I have like
there,
2,000 lay on hand points.
Yeah, I'll have, what, 25?
Yeah.
I think I'm going Oath of Redemption as well. That's what I'm going to do. So it's going to be... I think some protection stuff. I have it up here. Hold on. Like, I can do damage, I think, to people trying to hurt you. I gotta see. Let me see. I was looking at it here. I had a question, though, CJ, mostly about mounted combat. And I don't expect you to be an expert on mounted combat.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's kind of obscure. I feel like nobody ever does it, and that's why I wanted to do it. I've been ever since like 3.5, and I tried it once. It was like the Halfling Outrider. There was like a Halfling riding a Mastiff. It was so cool. I did it once, and I was like, one day I'm gonna play a mounted combatant, and never did. So I figured now is the time to do it. And this edition's rules are very. It almost seems like very simple, but lots of weird little things. Like, for example, so I'm going to be medium-sized.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be riding a war horse, which is large. So when you're riding on a horse, there's some debate online as to where your character physically is on the horse. So if the horse takes up 4 squares, and I only take up one of those 4 squares, I guess the school of thought is that I either am the horse, or I can, and this could be strategic in some ways, use my own movement to position myself in one of the 4 squares on the horse. Like, for purposes of reach, things like that, I could maybe be out of... I mean, I wouldn't get attacks of opportunity on my horse anyway, because I'm not moving, my horse is moving. But if somebody were to target me, and I could be, like, out of reach, but my lance could reach, I could position myself on the left. I'd imagine it being like a lean or some, I don't know. So it's up to you how you want to run it, but those are the 2 schools of thought that I see.
I believe my school of thought is that you are the horse, because in the same way that they can target you or the horse is the way that I think mounted combat works.
They can. Yes, they can.
So
exactly.
In that sense, I think if they can target you or the horse, you would take up the same space as the horse. So like there is a disadvantage in that you're now a larger creature to attack, but also you have the advantage of being both the horse and you when you are
well, my movement is
and
massive now. Yeah. That's fine with me. I'm actually okay with that, because if I'm taking the lance, then I could just kind of mostly stay away from people. I could just ride by, a space away.
Yeah, because in that sense, because there's now 2 creatures in that space that they can either attack you or the horse. If they do, like when you do run away, the opportunity attack can now only be against one of the two of you, so that like in that sense they have to I would need to make a strategic decision, or a monsters would have
Decision.
to
Yeah,
decide which
yeah.
one it feels is more threatening. So I think in that sense, the horse and you would be the same creature.
Okay, so while
or
I'm
taking up the
mounted,
same amount of space.
yep. So while I'm mounted, I'm basically like in the center of the horse. I can be attacked from all of the 4 squares. Okay.
Yeah. 'Cause-
Another question.
Mm-hmm.
Another question here. Hold on one sec. This has to do with the fine steed. I just want to get the rule up here. I'm going to switch over, I think, to roll 20. Here we go. I'll put it up here so we
D&D
can all see. So the fine steed one. Basically, if... Let me see if I can make this bigger. There we go. That might work. Yeah, look at that. So fine steed, I summon a mount, and it stays with me until it dies, or I send it away.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, it can't die truly, right? Like it's almost like a familiar. Like it goes away and then it comes back. The same exact one comes back when I resummon it. But my question is, so it says here, if I cast a spell on myself, I can also target the steed if I'm on it. So like if I cure wounds myself, it heals the horse as well. It says only if it targets only you. So like I'm assuming then if I cast something like aid, where it can pick up to a certain amount of targets, would that affect the horse if I chose other people?
I'm pulling up. This is your steed. You can, while mounted on your steed, you can make any spell you cast that targets only you also target your steed.
Right. So
Any
basically,
spell you cast that only targets you. So that would be any target that has a range of self.
No, I don't think so. It's just a spell that targets only me. So like, if I cast Cure Wounds on myself, then it's good because Cure Wounds could be somebody else.
So
like, if I only cast something like Aid, where it says or Bless, for example, it chooses up to X amount of targets. If I only choose myself, it would also get the horse.
Yes, in that case, if you're gonna forego helping other people and only helping yourself and the horse.
Well, Bless is a bad idea because Bless I wouldn't cast just on me.
Yeah, Bless would be a terrible idea to do that. But
like Aid,
there are...
which I might want because my hit points are low and my horse only has 19 hit points, so I might do it on that.
I am unpreparing aid.
I mean, I could just cast Aid in general and not give it to the horse, but something that just make sure we're on the same page. So
something like Aid. Yeah, if you want to use Aid and not help two of your companions and just help yourself and the horse.
Yeah.
I mean,
in theory though, I could just do the horse myself and
that would
two
be
other people or whatever.
One other person.
Yeah. I'm just more, it's not like in that hypothetical situation. It's just like if I cast something that's not self, it's just something that targets something.
Targets only, like if I
choose only
if you for some reason cast Firebolt on yourself and targeted only yourself, could it also hit your horse? Yes.
Yes. So, okay, just making sure we're clear on that. So if I cast something that doesn't target self, but it can pick a target, and I choose myself, my horse will get it.
Yes.
Okay.
As long as you are the only creature.
I'm the only person. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool.
So like mage armor would affect you and your horse.
If only I can get mage armor.
But
I'm gonna buy this
mage armor
horse. I'm buying this horse some armor. I can't not get it armor.
Does it? So that's okay. So that's a question then. If you get, because it's a spirit that assumes an unusually intelligent, strong, and loyal steed. It's not an actual horse. So can you put armor on it, and then what happens if it dies or disappears? Where does does that armor go with it?
It's very clear what happens if it dies. If it dies, it leaves behind no physical form. I'd assume anything that's on it, if it was carrying my backpack, myself, whatever, if it was, whatever was on it, just falls to the floor.
So would that include the barding that you buy?
Yeah, it's not taking anything with it. It's just its spirit is dissipating. It's going away.
Right. So it's
because otherwise I'd disappear with it.
Right.
I'm on it.
So you'll have this horse will be around all the time, because when you dismiss it and cause it to disappear,
yeah, I'd be left with a pile of armor that I have to carry
you're
around.
left with a pile of armor that you
Yes.
would then have to lug around. Then when you resummon the steed, you'd have to spend like an hour putting the armor on the steed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, if that's a sacrifice you're willing to make.
That's a sacrifice I'm willing to make for this horse.
Very well. Granted. Wish granted.
This horse isn't dying, all right?
Okay.
So I have a couple questions about my armor.
Your armor. Okay.
Just to give it some flavor. Like, I'm taking the cantrip Thorn Whip. Can that just be a little thing that comes out from the bottom of it and like a metal, like...
You want it to be like you want it to be like spawn chains instead of...
Yeah.
Sure. You can flavor it that way if you'd like.
And then like for spider climb, like this gooey stuff comes underneath like the metal boot and allows me to walk on walls.
No, that's disgusting.
Darn it.
You can have gooey stuff come out of your boots if you want.
Not come out, just like tacky stuff ends up on the bottom of my boots. So
yeah.
I just like
Absolutely. You can flavor those however you want. They're not going to change mechanically. You're not going to leave behind ooze that then someone can like use to also spider climb. That's
only Bob's gonna leave behind ooze.
Yeah,
That's it.
Only Bob's character is gonna. It's gonna be fun when Bob's character encounters like a 1-inch crevice and he's like, I can't go through this, and he's like, but you can. No, a human could never get through this. It's like, you're the only one who can go through this 1-inch crevice.
I could do that. Problem is that I lose my armor as well.
Yes.
If
Then your horse also
Is gonna carry my armor.
pile of armor.
We carry each other's armor. If the horse disappears, I carry their armor. If I disappear, it carries my armor. It's a mutual agreement.
Can you take a shape of the horse to
I
carry
could.
the armor for yourself?
I could, but I'm not as big as the horse. I'd be like a pony.
I believe in you.
This is gonna be fun.
Remember, my guy doesn't like being an ooze, so I'm gonna do all these ooze things like very hesitantly. I only do it if you can even have to convince me to do it, because I don't think I'd want to. Oh, and sleeping, I don't know if you know this, but plasmoids, when they sleep, they just basically unform into a blob, a puddle on the floor. So I probably do this in privacy, and I don't want anybody near me when I sleep.
Okay.
Just letting you all know.
You'll have your own private living area.
Wherever I am, I'm gonna
Wherever.
go somewhere out of sight to sleep.
All right, let me see if this Beyond 20 thing works. Oh wait, don't the names have to be the same?
No.
No, I thought that too, but apparently not.
All right, here we go.
You want me to switch over?
Guardian, armor, thunder, gauntlets. Hold, please.
Oh, right now my name is Hold, please. Because Cool.
21
It's
with an
working.
11 damage. All right. What? Anything else? character stuff, Spelljammer questions.
I think I'm good now.
I think I got an idea.
So maybe I'll just go over the.
Couldn't hear you. What?
Sorry, I'm looking at the books. I'm trying to go over. So for this adventure, for everyone, I think I mentioned this to Bob. I may have mentioned it to everyone else so far. The book in the Adventurer's Guide, the Adventurer's book, is separated into 4 chapters of 4 parts of 3 chapters, and each chapter is meant to be a session. It's meant to be kind of play over 12 2 to 3 hour sessions. So we should be able to get through the book in about 20 sessions here on the channel, because who knows what could happen. I am hoping to kind of get through it, but there are some parts of it. I think there are some really fun parts of Spelljammer and stuff in the Astral Adventurer's Guide that I think would be very fun to, explore a little bit more of. So because we kind of agreed that this would be like a 20 session thing, I'm not going to try and rush anything. And the more I thought about it, the more I thought, since we'll have some time and some of these things are going to be a little faster, we should be able to get like a couple sessions here and there that aren't going to be necessarily directly from the book, just a little bit more kind of side stuff maybe. I hope everyone is kind of cool with that.
Put the CJ touch on it.
Yeah, give it a little spin on some of the stuff. But there are some very fun, very cool NPCs in this. And I talked to Bob about this, and we had talked about this in our pre-session. We might be pulling in a few additional player characters here and there, see if there's anyone else that's a member of the Tabletop Bob family here on the channel that wants to just kind of join in for a session or two. So if anybody has any characters or players that they would like to have come on, feel free to suggest. And we'll maybe reach out to some people and have a 5th player for a session or two, just to kind of see how it goes and get some more people into Spelljammer and let them experience adventures in space. So, and leave some comments down below who you want to see in the adventure.
Ooh. Can think of some people.
You can get some people. Have a couple. And they won't be NPCs. I'm not gonna necessarily make them play an NPC. I'll let them.
Who would do that?
Yeah, who would do that? Who would make someone just come on and play an NPC that has like all this history that they're supposed to know, that and not give anybody any information?
Who would do that?
Who would do that? So they'll just have full-fledged characters. They'll just be kind of like a fun little single special guest star, if you will, for that episode or series of episodes.
Sure.
Any other thoughts? Because it's only about 10 o'clock, but I think we've pretty much got everything under control. Do you guys want to show off your character sheets?
Yeah.
Have you guys got your character sheets kind of together? I know I think Bob wanted to show off some stuff, show off your character sheets, and maybe look at what you guys are working with.
Yeah.
I'm just about there.
Just
I
about
don't-
there.
I don't have much in the way of spells, but I think I
got-
got everything else down.
I've got to pick
All right.
spells.
Me too.
So yeah,
And then
Let's,
spend all the gold.
and then spend all the gold.
So we've got Estelle. Is this your like a test character? Do you want me to delete it?
Yeah, if it doesn't say NL.
Yeah. And we're gonna put up all these once we are done with the session 0 and everything, and everybody's got their characters finalized. I'm gonna put links to the D&D Beyond character sheet. So if you want to check out what we've made, you can do that. Let's see here. So, hold please. That's Stefano, right?
I should be Percy now.
Let's see. It says hold please, but we can check it out.
Okay.
Estelle, you have another. You have a third character, not Anella. I don't know what happened there.
Is this my thing? Oh, not Anella.
Let's check out Stefano. Stefano, what do we got here? Oh yeah, Percy. Let me zoom in. Tell us about Percy.
The character sheet? I think I told
Yeah.
you about the character.
Tell me a little more. What do we got? What'd you make?
Yeah. So
All right. So I got my ability scores are across the board 10, 12, 14, 16, 12, 10. I chose a background just because it seemed like it had skills that made sense for me. I feel like medicine is good for me, and maybe Arcana. The two for my class I chose are history and perception. How do I check other things on this? Or maybe that's up to you.
Not to me. I don't know. It's your character sheet. You can do it.
Oh, so if I do something on my character sheet, will it change?
I think so. Yeah, but you have to go into the editor. Like if you go up top here, there's like a little editor, little anvil. Do you see that? Because I don't have the ability to change your character. I'm just viewing it.
But you have the ability to go to the different areas of my character, right? Like right now,
yeah.
I went to spells. Did it go to spells?
no.
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 I don't see how to do that. Defenses.
It's
no.
it's the
It's the
4 squares on the bottom right.
yeah, the squares on the bottom right.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, when
Spells.
you change the window size, when you zoom in, it gives you different
Gotcha.
views.
So you got mending.
I did.
Mending
Seems
is a great
important.
spell for Spelljammer because it helps you fix your ship.
Yeah, so I have Mending and Thorn Whip as cantrips. First level, I get some free ones, but I took Cure Wounds, Fairy Fire, Magic Missile, and Thunder Wave. Magic Missile and Thunder Wave were free. Second level, I took Dark Vision, Enlarge Reduce, and Spider Climb, and Mirror Image and Shatter are free for the Armorer.
Gotcha. Nice. Let's see what else we got here.
Yeah, I have some like cool features as an auto gnome.
Tell me about the auto gnome.
Yes.
Okay, so the auto gnome gets. Let me scroll down and find it. Some cool features, especially with mending. So first of all, I'm small, which is cool because I like being a small creature inside of a big piece of armor. And I think that works really well. I do get something called armored casing, which I'm not going to be using at all because my armorer armor is going to be giving me a higher AC, but that just gives you essentially a armor class 13 plus dex innately. So if I'm ever outside of my armor, I'll have a 14 because I don't have a very high dex. There's a cool thing called Built for Success, where I get to add a D4 to one attack roll, ability check, or saving throw after I roll. And I can use it 3 times because we have a +3 proficiency bonus. This is the big one. I have something called Healing Machine. So if I have the Mending spell and I cast it on myself, I can spend a hit die whenever I want. So that's like a free hit die. Like I don't have to wait for a short rest or anything like that.
That's good.
I have
And-
resistance to poison, immunity to the disease, and advantage on saving throws against being paralyzed or poisoned. And I only need 6 hours of rest. Oh, and 2 tool proficiencies. I took a bunch of tool proficiencies. I think I'm proficient in Thieves' Tools, even though Andrew's character will probably be using it the most. Tinker's Tools, which I feel are pretty important for fixing the ship. And I took Brewer's Tools when Andrew told me that his character drinks a lot.
Sweet. Looks good.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool character.
And that's about it, right? We went spells, we did your ability scores, your features. We don't need to look at your inventory right now.
Nah, I'm just gonna have splint armor and a shield for most of the time.
Gotcha. Anybody else want to talk about their character? While I have it up.
You could take a poke at mine.
Poke.
Behold those stats. I got way
God.
too lucky.
God, look at that.
And you're a sorcerer, right? You only need charisma, really.
Yeah,
The same. If you were a paladin, for example, it would be really great.
I could have probably multi-class into several classes and still have good stats. Oh boy.
This is gonna be great.
Wow. Yeah, that looks pretty
Yeah,
nice.
because and then I got the double feat, so I got even like 2 more points to throw at the stats.
Oh, wait, did you do
that's
that
fun.
already?
Yeah, I picked out the 2 feats.
Mm,
You want to
okay.
take a look at them?
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
you
see the
chose
feats.
feats rather than ability score increases.
Well,
No,
as a variant human, I got a feat, and then with the
Mhm.
level 1, right, CJ?
Yep.
yes, the
Yeah,
level 1, the
so-
background feat.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to choose a feat.
So yeah, going
Did
all
you
for
s-
the mind.
You didn't say we get a feat, did you, CJ? We just get the one from the background.
Yeah, you get the one from the background. That's, but
If you're-
you can choose. You
Go
can
ahead, CJ,
choose
sorry.
any feat from the as your background feat, really, except for what did I say? Great Weapon Master, or yeah, Great Weapon Master and Lucky, I think, and what was the other one?
Sentinel.
Sentinel. Those
Any
are the
like
only-
real damage dealer, right?
Any real, yeah. Anything
Look
that's
at
kind
you.
of broken.
Look at you, Estelle.
Something that's kind of like flavorful, more flavorful. Ones.
So what'd you pick, Estelle? Which sorcerer?
Aberrant, or is it Aberrant Mind? Yeah, Aberrant Mind. I can't
Gotcha.
find where it's certain, but I'm confident that's what it's called.
Psychics or psionic?
Yeah, psionic, basically.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I'm trying to like find spells that would sort of fit that theme. But also I gotta think like what's also practical. I just want to do a lot of damage, you know? It's like I feel like that's who I am.
You ever watch
Nice.
Colby's D&D Optimized?
No, give me the advice.
I don't remember the name. I just know it as D&D Optimized. He was actually on the channel. That was really cool, Bob. I was like really excited to see him. I've seen so many of his videos.
Yeah, Colby from D4 Deep Dive, which is his
That's what it's
channel's
called.
new name after changing it from D&D Optimized. He came on the channel in the DM roundtable with a bunch of other D&D YouTubers. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, he's got a lot of optimized builds, so I'm sure there's a sorcerer that, if you look it up, Estelle, I'm sure there's something there in that catalog he has that talks about some of the better damage dealers. But you know, sorcerer is just awesome. I really like the sorcerer because it gives you so much
My-
like flexibility.
Oh yeah, my very first character was a sorcerer.
Mine too.
So like
Yeah, well,
I'm like
in
so
this
happy to
edition.
like go back to sorcerer again.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, and these meta magics are so good.
Hmm.
Like twin spell. Mm.
I was tempted to go for like subtle, but like again, like I want more damage than subtlety.
Your character's not so subtle, huh?
No, not with this build. No.
Fair enough.
So,
Andrew, wanna?
as a noble on the run, does that does your unsubtlety kind of clash with your
See, I have like a backstory element in that I want to get into, but I don't. I want to sort of have that be more of a layer to peel back.
Mhm.
I'll tell you later what the idea I got.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm
Why should
looking
the
for a
DM know
mix.
anything?
I'm looking for a mix between C3PO and Baymax.
What's the second reference from?
Baymax is from Big Hero 6.
I never seen it.
He's kind of like this big fluffy marshmallow healing helper bot.
Okay. And C-3PO, who is annoying as hell.
Yeah.
This is how we figure out that the gravity doesn't let us throw you off the ship.
We would never. We would never. Andrew, you want to talk about your character?
Yeah, you want to click it, see if it comes up.
Look at these beautiful stats, too.
Okay, yeah, so obviously I maxed out my charisma. That's my spellcasting ability. I got +2 from the class, and +2 from the ability score improvement. Dex and Constitution with other ones I focused on. Constitution for defense and Dex, because of my weapon attacks and also increasing my armor class. I took expertises and skilled. In all the skills, I took kind of proficient in all the charisma skills, and I also took College of Glamour.
Ooh, solid.
So I am so charismatic and beautiful, an amazing performer. I'm hoping there's a lot of NPCs that I can charm. I kind of think in space I'm going to meet a lot of interesting people. It's going to be very interesting.
What does the
Maybe
Astral Elf give you?
What does the what?
The Astral Elf give you?
It gives me this teleport jump where you can kind of teleport 30 feet. And then you get some ability score and you get all the usual elf things. I get one extra cantrip as well, which I took Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame?
So that's pretty good, like minor damage dealer. I've got the hideous, the bard one where you insult people, vicious mockery as well. Gives damage and gives them disadvantage. I have to go through the spells and I haven't picked my higher level spells yet. I get Magic Initiate because I'm Astral Drifter, so that'll give me some other spells. And I haven't picked the free feat that CJ has given us as well. I did get that right, CJ, right? We can just pick a feat.
You can pick a feat.
Okay, so I haven't decided that. It'll be something magical.
But you're taking the Astral Drifter background, right?
Yeah.
So that's got a feat attached to it.
It's got Magic Adept, yeah.
So you don't get a feat. That is your feat.
Oh,
that
okay.
would be your feat. Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. So I get that, so I can cast some other spells.
Yeah. Correct
And
me
I
if I'm
did
wrong,
take
CJ.
Healing Word. I will point out I did take Healing Word.
Oh, really? Team player
here. Team player.
Well, now
CJ.
you can take it as part of your Magic Initiate and get a different spell.
There you go.
Yeah.
CJ,
right,
your
exactly.
intention is that since the newer ones have feats attached to them, you want to be able to make sure the people who pick backgrounds before this book came out, they get a feat as well.
Yes, that is the intention.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's what I'm keeping tough.
Yeah. All right.
I'll round out the group here, CJ. So my character sheet is pretty much done as well, like most of the characters here. Just got to go through the spells. I haven't picked any spells yet. But going with this array, this beautiful array of stats for my ability scores: 14 strength, 10 dexterity, 12 constitution, 6 intelligence, 11 wisdom, and a 14 charisma. I am foregoing the ability score improvement. I took mounted combatant and tough as my background feat. So I'm gonna go with hoping for better rolls than abilities. But that's it. So, as a paladin though, I feel pretty good about most of my stuff because the paladin, like next level, I'll get bumps to all of my saving throws. The aura. So I feel like I'll make up for it a little bit with some of the choices.
Why did you take a high charisma? Is that the casting ability for paladins?
It is, and it also, like I said, that bump to ability scores, that aura, is based on my charisma. So,
right,
I feel like it has to be a 2. Yeah, it's also very it's kind of like the paladins. Other than strength, really, it's really the thing you need. So, that's where I'm going. For other features and stuff. So, well, I want to talk about the plasmoid first. The plasmoid is cool. I get these couple of things, and these may not come into play as much as my character you would think, because my character is going to probably like kind of shun that aspect of him. But I think they'll come into maybe big spots. Hopefully, something little will make a difference. But I count as an ooze, not a humanoid. So a lot of abilities just straight up won't work on me. So if some requires a humanoid target, it can't pick me. I'm hoping.
I think same thing works with Stefano, because Stefano is considered a construct.
A construct,
not a
yep.
humanoid.
Yeah.
So Estelle and Andrew are both humanoids, but Bobby and Stefano are different classes of creature.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that actually is a little bit another layer of protection for my guy. But we'll see. I'm gonna be medium. I know it looks like I didn't make that choice, but I'm gonna be medium. Let's see here. Close this out. Amorphous is a really cool plasmoid ability. So while I'm not wearing or carrying anything, I can squeeze through a space as narrow as 1 inch. So, if there's a small little opening in something, I could, just go right into it.
But you never would, because you'd have to change your appearance.
Correct. But again, that's something I might have to, throughout the story progression here, decide that maybe it is okay to do that. Or be convinced by my group to do that. I don't know. We'll see. But the mechanical advantage here is that I get advantage on ability checks to escape or initiate grapple. And that's just straight up. So I imagine that that's going to be something I just will, again, prevent me from getting grappled as much. And if I want to hold on to somebody, drag them somewhere, I can hold on to them. That might be something I do. I do get dark vision. I hold my breath for an hour, and I'm resistant to acid and poison damage, and I have advantage on saving throws against being poisoned. So pretty durable there. And then this shape self thing, this is what I do every day. I've got to decide how I want to shape my body. I can, pick the form, and it's some sort of humanoid shape, so I can wear armor, and I will again take extra time to make myself look as humanoid as possible, or human as possible. And it's in like combat and stuff. It actually is an action to revert back to my normal pseudopod. It's a bonus action, so I could, in theory, just like fall into a puddle and just slip out of my armor.
Cool.
Then, as I said, man, combatant and tough are my feats. What were you saying, Stefano?
I said that's cool that you could just turn into a puddle.
Yeah.
And just go somewhere else.
Yeah. I like it. And then I'm choosing the Oath of Redemption. So I get some cool things here. I can rebuke the violent. I can basically make the attacker so when somebody's attacking my friends within 30 feet, make a saving throw, and they'll take radiant damage. So it's cool. It's like a lot of like defensive things, and I think the idea of maybe redemption is something on the character's mind, trying to redeem himself from his past, something like that. Have to flesh out the full backstory. I haven't really gotten everything, but yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Cool.
So Estelle mentioned something about throwing somebody off of the ship. So I think that might be a good moment to go over a little bit about the spelljamming ships. If you want to pull up the Roll20, I will pull you guys over to this page here. If you guys haven't checked out the full Astral Adventures guide yet, Bobby, are you a DM or are you a player?
Oh, did I log in as DM? Whoops.
'Cause I just moved it over, so it should have.
Probably I'm stuck in the DM mode, yeah. Oh, look at this.
So this illustration comes from the Astral Adventures guide, and this is the discussion on gravity planes and how ships operate in the astral sea and the astral plane itself. how spelljamming ships work. So this is a nautiloid ship. This is for those of you who were part of our Icewind Dale adventure. This is the type of ship that we encountered that had crashed. This is the kind of ship, if you are familiar with Baldur's Gate 3, the video game that had recently come out. There are some nautiloid ships that are in that as well. These are the ships that are most often seen piloted by everyone's favorite squid-faced monsters, the Mind Flayers. But this is just here as an example of a ship in the Astral Sea, what its air envelope looks like, and how its gravity plane works. So around the ship, you can see that oval area. That is considered the ship's air envelope. So when you're on a ship, there is an envelope of air that extends out from the ship so that you can all breathe. The air envelope extends twice, or one of the longest lengths out on either end. So the ship is in this example is 180 feet long. So then there's the air envelope extends 180 feet behind it and 180 feet in front of it. And then it has a gravity plane that is right across the middle of the ship there, kind of in line with the tentacles. And then there's some ship that's above it and below it. When you are in the gravity plane of the ships, you can walk on either side of it. So a creature can walk on the upper area of the ship or on the lower part and just kind of hang off it, kind of like how people in Australia are in our world. So they're like hanging off the bottom of the earth and we're on the top of it in the northern hemisphere. So same principle works on the ships.
Gotcha.
If you do fall off the ship and are thrown off the ship, you can just kind of find yourself just bobbing up and down between the gravity plane of the ship. It says in the Adventurer's Guide here, one unusual property of a gravity plane is that an object that falls off the side of a ship can end up oscillating back and forth across the gravity plane. It drops in one direction until it crosses the plane, then reverses direction back towards the plane again, continuing until something causes it to stop. So you'll just kind of fall back and forth if you fall off the side of a ship. However, if you fall off the side of a ship and the ship is moving, you are unanchored and will start falling behind the ship outside of its air envelope, eventually into the Astral Sea, where you will suffocate and die unless you have a special way of not dying from asphyxiation.
I can hold my breath.
You can hold your breath. Yeah. You can hold your breath. I think Stefano doesn't breathe.
Breathe, eat, or something else.
Yeah, so Stefano's fine. The plasmoid is fine. The human and the astral elf. I think, does the astral elf need...
No, he needs to breathe.
He needs to breathe?
Got lungs.
Oh,
Flesh
wait.
is weak.
Bob, do you eat? Do you eat?
I do. I eat, yes.
Okay. Because
Yeah.
I mean,
But
I'm
does
gonna
your
be
character?
I'm gonna be creating these special treats with my cooking feet that I won't even be able to use.
So I'm like an amoeba. So I can absorb things through my body and eat them. And it says here that I can alter, it's like, I think Estelle, you brought this up too. You can alter the color of my form by absorbing dyes through my pores. So like if you give me something that's like blue, I could change into blue.
So if I give you like a cookie, will you look like a big blob of cookie dough?
I would be colored like brown. Yeah, I guess it was like chocolate chip cookies. Yeah.
Biscuits and Jolly Ranchers are good to go.
I have to choose to do that though. You can't like throw stuff at me.
Well, if you want the 3 temporary hit points, you're gonna have to eat it.
I'll accept it, of course. But yeah, I could do that. Awesome! I'm so excited. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Yeah. And then one other thing about the ships we'll go over just because, again, there are these very large ships. They are kind of a big part of it. The ships do have ship-based weapons. They mostly are ballistas and what are called mangonels, which is a small catapult on a ship. So the ballistas and mangonels of the ships have requirements for their use. Ballistas require 3 crew to operate. It requires 1 action to load, 1 action to aim, and 1 action to fire. So basically you need 3 crew in 1 round of combat, each performing one of those actions to fire it. Otherwise it's going to take you 3 rounds before you can actually do a firing of the weapon. The mangonels require 4 actions basically, 2 actions to load it, 1 action to aim it, and 1 action to fire it. So that's something that'll come up when we get into it, but I just wanted to make sure that you guys are aware of it in this session 0, how ship-to-ship combat is really going to operate. That is a possibility of happening based on what ships you are on, and how much and what kind of crew you have, what weapons can be fired and operated. Ships have damage thresholds. That requires you to deal a amount of damage over the threshold before you actually damage the ship.
Seems like it takes a lot of coordination, right?
Yeah, they take a lot of coordination. If you have a large crew, the ships have like a crew size to help you that you can hire or find or just might come with the ship. Yeah. That will help you with any kind of.
And I did take a peek, CJ. I saw some of their well, it's not a peek, but it's in the Astral Adventurers guide.
Yeah.
But there's like 16 different ships, so I assume there's going to be ways that we can pick a ship, or maybe we get on a ship and certain paths we choose lead to different ones. But I'm assuming the ships are a part of the game, right?
Yes, because again, you are traveling between. You will be traveling between worlds. I mean, this whole adventure is about being in space and on these ships. So, the Astral Adventures guide. There's not really too much spoiler stuff. It really is just
it's
ship
rules
information.
Yeah.
So it tells you like what is in the ship, what rooms are in the ship. It won't necessarily tell you. And it gives you an idea of how much damage and what kind of weapons the ship has, but it's not going to really tell you
Gotcha.
really anything that's going to spoil the adventure.
Gotcha.
I mean, I can tell you right off the bat, the first ship in here, the Bombard, which is a gift ship that has the giant cannon. I mean, that might be something you encounter, that might not be. But they are out there.
Did you mean the GIF?
Or
the GIF?
It's GIF.
It is
the GIF.
GIF.
I don't know if you guys are being serious or not.
I can't tell you.
All right, I have one more question.
Go.
Under tool choices, we've got vehicles land and vehicles water. Could it just be vehicles space?
I think there is one for spaceships now, isn't there?
It's not on here, or at least it's not a choice on here.
It's a good
There
question.
is the wild spacer background
Oh,
does have tool
That's me.
proficiencies, vehicles, space.
That's me,
okay. So, I guess it's not giving me an option to have
because you don't have it. Yeah.
that
I
tool
could choose it.
proficiency.
It should be a tool proficiency you could get. I don't know why.
Maybe he
Well,
can't.
For right now, I'm just going to choose vehicles land. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, Astral Drifter does not have. But
It's the,
Spacer
Yeah,
does
'cause-
have
Wild
vehicle
Spacer.
space.
For specialized design for the auto gnome, it says you gain two tool proficiencies of your choice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it does say selected from the player's handbook specifically, though.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to
excited.
choose that then, Stefano, just so we have it.
The
As a
vehicle
group.
space. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
I'll choose it just so we have it as a group.
That's good.
Anything else, CJ? Are we? We're looking pretty good, I think.
I think we're looking pretty good. I'm excited for where this is going to start and how this is going to go. But yeah, you guys have a great set of characters, and I'm ready. Can we start right now?
Yes.
You guys ready to do session 1, 2?
Let's go.
Roll right into it.
Hello, Master Zigard. Can I have your attention, please, for one moment?
What is it?
How many?
There's your brew is ready as you requested.
Excellent.
I don't know what I'm going to do for this guy's voice.
Here you are, friend.
I'm just going to be sloshing around.
Would you like a cookie?
Yeah, I'm trying to watch my weight.
Oh, okay. Well, I whipped up a whole meal, but I'll just toss it in the trash.
But of course, yes.
Oh, I love this already. This is going to be great.
Good-
And
Good
Estelle,
job,
as soon
alcohol has no calories.
as soon as I figure out what my character sounds like, Estelle, I'll be protecting you.
Oh boy.
I'm
Yeah, that's
slime
what
and
you
I'm
think
here
you'll
to
be
help.
doing.
I think my character is going to be very. He's not going to be a jerk. He's going to be very nice, very
He's-
honorable plasmoid.
I think I'm going to be very anxious.
Good,
He's,
that'll work out.
Bob, your character is going to be like Sir Didymus from Labyrinth.
I haven't seen that.
You haven't seen Labyrinth?
I know. It's on the to-do list.
On the to-do list. I love making references that Bob doesn't understand. Hey Bob, I'm going to be Baymax. Can you explain that?
Yeah, I didn't
I'm
get
gonna
that
be Sir
reference. Yeah,
Sir Didymus. I don't get that reference.
I feel like I have a good wealth
Bob, it's
of-
like Star Wars.
What's that?
You got a princess and a robot and
And an ooze.
an ooze.
It's great.
It's just like Star Wars. You're like the Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah.
I just don't want Jar Jar Binks.
No, it's not going to be my guy. He's not going to be Jar Jar Binks.
Misa gonna
Guaranteed.
protect you.
No, please. Please, no.
It would be great. It
You
would be
also
great
gotta-
if we're like, all right, off to space adventure, and then he just like squeezes through a little thing, and he's like, hi guys, I'm an ooze.
You're gonna need me for this ship.
What is this doing here? Let me press all the buttons.
Oh, you've
I
got to do
am-
that.
I'm the only person who knows how to fly a ship here.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Oh no.
Oh God, it's gonna be great. I'm
It's
so
gonna be
excited.
great.
Thank you, CJ, for for running
Thank
this.
you.
And letting us
Thank you
play.
for allowing me to do this, Bob. This is going to be so much
Oh,
fun. Thank
please.
you. I also have to thank Stefano for being super interested in this. When this was announced, Stefano was like, I want to do Spelljammer. I have to thank Estelle for always putting up with me and my crap when we do these things. And of course, Andrew, thank you so much for joining us last minute and being part of this. It is always great to see you on the channel and be here and play with you. So thank you, all
Thank
of you
you.
for being part of this. And may we have great space adventures together.
Very excited. See you
All
on the
right.
tabletop.
So thank you all for watching and listening to us talk about our characters. Please leave comments below about anything you want to know more about your characters. Don't forget to check out Icewind Dale, where you can see Stefano, me, and Andrew. Don't forget to check out Breakfast King on Twitch and watch Estelle draw art and play very fun games like what was it? The cooking game I saw you playing the other day.
Played Up.
Played Up. And don't forget to check out Tabletop Bob for all of the other 5 different 5th edition things that he's got going on.
It's a lot.
And possibly, I mean, I'm gonna push for some D&D 1 play tests
They're
eventually.
Yeah,
They're gonna we'll do some D&D 1 play tests. Hopefully, I'm gonna push for him to do that. Hopefully, when we get classes, we're probably a little late on the first
This stuff
that
wasn't
they just
interesting
released.
anyway.
It wasn't that interesting. But when we get some character classes, we'll get Bob to do more of that stuff, get those things going. And we've got I got it. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. We will see you all where, Bob?
In space,
Ooh.
on a
Not
tabletop
lying.
near you.
Spice.
See you on the tabletop. Have a good one, everybody.